Doubt is not your enemy. It's your signal. It means you care, that you're standing on the edge of something that matters. The real challenge isn't to eliminate doubt, but to transform it. To take that nervous energy and turn it into fuel for action. Everyone experiences doubt. Even the most confident people once question their worth, their talent, or their path. The difference is, they didn't let doubt make their decisions. They turned it into a reason to sharpen their skills, strengthen their minds, and keep moving forward. Doubt whispers, what if you fail? Drive answers, what if you fly? Every time you choose action over hesitation, belief over fear, you begin the transformation. That shift, from fear to focus, is where your strength is born. Drive doesn't mean you're never afraid. It means you act anyway. It means you don't wait for certainty before starting. You move forward even with shaking hands, and in doing so, you prove your doubt wrong. Turn doubt into drive by asking better questions. Instead of, what if I mess up? Ask, what can I learn? Instead of, what will people think? Ask, what will I think if I don't try? Growth begins when your questions shift from fear to purpose. Your doubt is often rooted in past pain, moments when you tried and fell short. But those moments weren't failures. They were foundations. Every misstep taught you something. Use those lessons as fuel, not weight. When you doubt yourself, remember who you were before the world told you to shrink. There was a time when you believed anything was possible. That version of you still exists, and drive is how you reconnect with them. Some of the world's greatest success stories were built by people who were once buried in doubt. They weren't fearless. They were relentless. They used the fire of uncertainty to work harder, stay focused, and push forward when others quit. Doubt delays dreams. Drive delivers them. Drive delivers them. The moment you shift from asking a can I to saying I will, your mindset begins to shape a new future, one where hesitation is replaced with hunger. Drive is a choice. You can either sit in your doubts and wait for perfect clarity, or you can decide that messy action beats standing still. Every imperfect step forward silences the voice that says you can't. Turn doubt into a challenge, not a cage. Let it be the spark that says, watch me. Let it be the reason you show up stronger, train harder, and dig deeper. The most powerful motivation often comes from proving your own doubts wrong. Doubt wants you to forget your wins. Drive reminds you of them. Every time you overcame something you thought you couldn't, you proved your strength. That proof is real. Let it guide your next move. Fear and doubt are normal, but letting them run your life? That's optional. The brave don't wait to feel fearless. They act, learn, grow, and become fearless through movement. Doubt often shows up loudest right before a breakthrough. It's the brain's way of protecting you from the unknown. But you weren't made to play small. You were made to evolve, and evolution only happens through drive. Drive doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's quiet, a whisper that says, keep going. It's the decision to show up even when motivation fades. That quiet consistency destroys doubt every time. The more you focus on what you lack, the more doubt grows. The more you focus on what you're building, the more drive takes over. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Choose wisely. You've already survived so much. Every time you were unsure and pushed forward anyway, you built resilience. That resilience is your proof that you can do hard things again and better. Doubt is loud when your vision is blurry. Get clear on your why and doubt starts to fade. Purpose makes the voice of fear irrelevant. Drive is born in vision, in knowing what you're chasing and why it matters. Turned out into action kills fear. Movement builds momentum. Each small step proves that you're capable. And every time you act, doubt loses power and drive gains it. The truth is, doubt never fully disappears. But that's okay. It doesn't need to, it just needs to get out of the driver's seat. Let drive take the wheel and let doubt ride in the back, powerless. You don't need more confidence to take action. You need more action to build confidence. Let drive lead. Confidence is built after you move, not before. What if your doubt is actually showing you your edge, your next level? The things you doubt the most are often the things you're most called to do. Lean in. That's where the magic lives. Don't run from doubt. Outwork it. Train harder. Study deeper. Prepare longer. Turn doubt into the very reason you rise earlier and push harder. Let it shape your discipline. You have a choice. Let doubt drain your energy or let it fuel your determination. If you're going to feel it either way, use it. Use it to sharpen your focus and strengthen your purpose. Doubt often stems from comparison. Drive is rooted in self-focus. Stop measuring yourself by someone else's timeline. Redirect that energy inward and use it to become your own definition of greatness. The bridge from doubt to drive is built with effort, no shortcuts. Just consistency, belief, and action. Brick by brick you rise. And one day you look back and wonder why you ever doubted in the first place. Every master once doubted themselves as a beginner. The difference? They kept showing up. Drive isn't something you're born with. It's something you build by refusing to give up. Doubt thrives in stillness. Drive thrives in momentum. When you feel stuck, move. Make the call. Write the plan. Show up. Action opens doors that doubt wants to keep shut. Drive turns I'm not ready into I'll figure it out. It turns what if I fail into I'll learn and grow. It's not blind optimism. It's grounded belief backed by relentless effort. You were never meant to be ruled by fear. Doubt may visit, but it doesn't get to stay. You have a mission, a purpose, a life that's waiting to be lived at full volume. So let doubt be your spark, and drive be your answer, and drive be your answer. Doubt often masks itself as logic. It pretends to protect you by keeping you small, but its real intention is to delay your destiny. The moment you see it for what it is, you can choose to replace hesitation with hunger and fear with fuel. There is a version of you that already exists. Strong, focused, relentless. They're waiting for you on the other side of doubt. Every time you choose effort over excuses, you move closer to them. Step by step, you become the answer to your own uncertainty. And when doubt says you're not ready, drive says you're becoming. Growth never comes from comfort. It comes from walking through discomfort, fueled by the belief that you're worth the fight, the sweat, the sacrifice. Your dreams don't require perfection, they require movement. Doubt convinces you to wait until everything's in place. Drive reminds you that momentum creates clarity, and nothing changes until you move. The fire in you wasn't meant to stay quiet. It wasn't meant to be buried under layers of second guessing and fear. Let your doubt ignite your desire to rise. Let it be the very reason you become unstoppable. The fear of failing is often smaller than the pain of staying stuck. Doubt wants to keep you in pause. Drive wants to get you in motion. And motion, even the smallest bit, is what breaks the cycle. Doubt is loud when you care deeply. That's not a weakness. That's your heart telling you this path matters. Let that care turn into commitment, that commitment turn into drive. This isn't about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. There will never be a perfect time. There will only be now. This moment, this chance to show up despite the noise in your head. That's what builds momentum. That's what silences doubt. Drive doesn't shout. Sometimes it's just the quiet decision to keep showing up, keep creating, keep pushing, even when no one claps. Especially when no one claps. That's where greatness is born. When you feel the weight of doubt pressed down, lean into purpose. Purpose lifts. It reminds you that what you're doing matters. When the why is clear, the fear loses grip. Use your doubt as a mirror, not a wall. Ask it what it's trying to teach you. Then move with that lesson, not that fear. Drive isn't about ignoring your doubts. It's about refusing to let them lead. Even if you don't believe fully in yourself yet, act like someone who does. Let your actions lead your confidence. Hence, drive is built by doing, by taking one step then another, even while doubt watches from the sidelines. Some of the most powerful breakthroughs happen when you finally stop running from your doubt and start transforming it. Use its voice as motivation. Let it make you more focused, more intentional, more disciplined. You're not behind, you're not broken, you're just becoming. Drive doesn't compare, commits. It shows up for you, for your journey, your goals, your growth. People may doubt you, but what matters most is whether you believe in yourself enough to keep going anyway. Let their doubt add fuel to your fire, not weight to your shoulders. When the world says, wait, your drive can say, why not now? When the world says they're not enough, your drive can say, watch me. You don't have to be loud, just consistent. Drive is patient. It doesn't demand overnight success. It knows that even when results are invisible, the roots are growing deep. Keep going. The shift is happening, even if it hasn't shown up yet. Doubt can make the journey lonely, but solitude can sharpen you. In silence, you hear your own thoughts more clearly. Let them push you forward. Let them remind you who you're becoming. Confidence doesn't arrive fully built. It's stacked brick by brick with every choice you make to keep going, even when it's hard. Even when you're scared, even when the doubt is deafening. You don't have to wait to feel ready. You have to decide you're worth the effort. right now. Drive is born from that decision. Everything else comes later. Let your doubt be the beginning of a conversation, not the end. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What would I do if I weren't afraid? Then act like fear isn't in the room, even if it still is. Now, turn your doubt into design. Create a plan, a process, a system that keeps you accountable. The more structure you build around your goals, the harder it becomes for doubt to derail them. If you failed before, good. That means you tried. That means you've already proven you can survive hard things. Let those scars become blueprints. Let them lead your next breakthrough. A drive says, I don't have to know everything to begin. It says, I'll start small, stay consistent, and trust that my momentum will make the way clear. And it always does. Doubt tells stories, old ones filled with shame and fear. Drive writes new ones, filled with grit, growth, and forward motion. You get to choose which one becomes your truth. Be okay with imperfect progress. Drive doesn't demand flawlessness. It demands movement, intention, and heart. Don't wait to be perfect. Show up real, and the strength will follow. Every day you wake up with breath in your lungs is a new chance to rise. Doubt can't hold you down unless you let it. Choose your energy. Choose your focus. Choose your direction. Let your vision be louder than your fear. Speak your goals out loud. Write them down. Chase them hard. Drive needs a destination. And doubt loses power when you know exactly where you're headed. Think of every person who once felt like you. Overwhelmed, unsure, full of questions. Now think of who they became because they kept going. That can be you. That will be you. Even on your worst days, there is power in your persistence. Keep going. Keep showing up. The very act of refusing to quit turns your doubt into your greatest advantage. You are not here to shrink. You are here to rise. Doubt may whisper, but drive roars. Doubt may whisper, but drive roars. And every time you step forward anyway, you remind the world and yourself of who you really are. Doubt thrives in silence, but drive grows through action. When you give voice to your goals, when you take even one step toward them, you begin rewriting your story. You move from fear to fire. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to begin. Starting small still counts. Drive doesn't require perfection. It only asks that you keep moving, even with trembling hands and an uncertain heart. The mind will always look for reasons to play it safe. Doubt will offer those reasons on repeat. But your soul knows better. Your spirit is built for risk, for reaching, for rising beyond what you've been told is possible. Every person you admire has been where you are. They've faced doubt, setbacks, rejection, and fear. But instead of letting those things define them, they use them as fuel. Now it's your turn. There will be days when doubt shouts louder than hope. On those days, lean into your habits. Let your discipline guide you when motivation fades. Drive isn't emotional, it's intentional. When you start chasing something big, doubt often becomes your shadow. But shadows only appear when there's light. And that light is your potential, shining, waiting, urging you to keep going. Don't wait until you're fearless. Wait long enough, and the opportunity may pass. Go scared? Go shaky? Just go. Action makes fear fade and turns doubt into distant noise. You were not born to blend in with your fears. You were born to break patterns, rewrite narratives, and show the world what happens when belief becomes behavior. Let your drive lead. Turn every I can't into I'll try. Turn every what if I fail into what if I fly, into what if I fly. Your language matters, not just the words you speak, but the thoughts you entertain. Let them drive you forward. Doubt may knock on your door, but you don't have to let it live with you. Acknowledge its presence, then get to work. Let your determination answer where your confidence feels quiet. You've been underestimated, even by yourself. But that's not your ending. That's your setup. Prove to yourself, moment by moment, that you are stronger than you once believed. Drive is what shows up when everything else tells you to quit. It's what turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. It's what reminds you that you don't need a perfect start, just a brave one. Let your vision become louder than your excuses. Let the image of who you're becoming outshine the noise of who you were. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to rise. You're allowed to rise. The fear of being seen trying and failing keeps more people stuck than actual failure ever will. Be bold enough to be seen trying. Your effort is the start of your transformation. Sometimes drive looks like burning the bridge back to your comfort zone. It's the decision to stop retreating, to stop delaying, and to commit fully, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Growth doesn't always come wrapped in clarity. Sometimes it comes disguised as confusion. As long as you keep showing up, trusting the process, you're further than you think. There is strength in simply not giving up. There is courage in continuing when you're unsure. And there is power in showing up, not because you feel confident, but because you're committed to becoming that version of yourself. Let your goals become louder than your doubts. Let your daily actions align with your future, not your fear. The more consistent you are, the quieter doubt becomes. Doubt says, "You've never done this before." Drive answers, "Then it's the perfect time to start." Just because it's unfamiliar doesn't mean it's impossible. You are not the voice of doubt. You are the response. You are the energy, the decision, the fire that pushes forward. When that voice says you can't, remind it that you already are.